Hello, everybody. How are we?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
So your voice is back.
Somewhat, yes.
Yeah.
There
How long was it
was-
gone?
um,
It seemed like a while.
yeah, probably about a week. So, like Sunday 2 weeks ago, my tongue swelled up and I was like the guy from Rat Race. And like,
Mhm.
hello, hello. And Ash was trying to translate. And then Wednesday, I went to the hospital because I was having trouble breathing.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and then I got a medical certificate for Wednesday, Thursday, and then my boss is like, "You've applied for leave for Thursday. We've already declined it. Can you come in and do 10:30 to 3:30?" I said, "Sure." So I went in on Thursday, and then it was gone. So really for over a week, because it was only yesterday that I started to sound not like a squeaky toy.
Poor thing.
I couldn't
Oh.
even say potato.
What? Oh, you couldn't? Oh.
No, it was too high. I was like,
No, that's really serious. That's really serious.
potato. But now I can say it, so I'm all happy again.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're starting to get your voice back.
Mm,
So, no more getting sick, okay? Just
mm.
because this is
I'm
like twice in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
My voice did go on vacation. So, um, yeah, I had big booktube plans for my wrap up and like for this month I'm like trying to cram in extra videos and now I'm like, well shit. That's not happening.
Oh, I loved the one with Ash talking for you, though. That was amazing. It was so
That was
cute.
so good. Yeah. That was when my voice started. No, that was when was that? That must have been Thursday. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I was just like, oh,
Were you able to get the rest of the time off work, though? Or you just didn't
uh
talk while you were there?
I had Friday and Monday off, and then I was back at work the Tuesday to Thursday, and I just answered the phone, and I was like, "Hi, this is Mike. How can I help?" And then people were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." One of my
So
coworkers, the social worker there, she was like, "Well, um, I was saying, my voice isn't resting because I'm a fucking receptionist." And she was like, "Well, if it never gets better, at least you'll sound really good for a phone operator."
hey.
And I was like, "Cool, yeah, very niche market for the real husky, sexy voices here, but yep, no worries."
I don't know how niche that is. I'm sure that's, you know, just make it a little breathy and it'll be
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, it was good times. I had a lot of coworkers just absolutely piss themselves laughing because they'd be like, "Oh, you sound healthy." Donna just sounds so sexy.
Oh,
It
how
was
fun.
bad. Not very good at not having a voice.
Oh no. So were you trying to talk a lot,
Yeah,
making it a lot worse?
yeah. And like we were having big family conversations on the Saturday. And so like my mum and my dad and I were talking like a lot. And I'm just like, so
Oh.
yeah, that's good fun. But
Well,
it's back with now.
let's exhaust your voice today. How's that sound?
Excellent. Let's do it.
All right. City of Glass.
We did it! Just
Woohoo!
I'm so glad we pushed it out a day.
Gosh, you and I are terrible. We're terrible.
We are. But that's fine. That's
No, it's all
fine.
right.
Everything's fine.
We got it done in time, so that's all that
Yeah.
matters. Yeah, so I noticed your rating on Goodreads. So tell me what you think.
I'm going with a 3.5, but I just didn't want to round it up.
Mm.
Like, yeah. I had fun with it. Like, what was where was whatever
Because I feel
chapter I
like
was at.
you rated the other ones higher.
Yeah, I'm just bored of it.
Mm. Hmm.
Like, uh, yes, there is a very high possibility I will just not have a voice. Let me just have a quick look at my ratings. Um, like, I think because we were in the same monotonous sort of style that when it was focusing on that particular plot line, which was 75% of the book, I was just sitting there going, oh, for the love of sweet merciful Jesus, knowing full well that that wasn't
Right. Yeah.
going anywhere, like it
I
was
mean, we
going
all
to
knew
be
that. Yeah.
resolved. Yeah. um so it was like trudging through it, but then the 25% that actually focused on the plot I really enjoyed. So it's like I wanted to enjoy it so much more, but I just was
You were
so
tired.
bored of the
Yeah.
same issue that is a
Mhm.
non-issue. Oh,
Yeah, I am really
oh,
curious why Cassandra Clare went so hard on that, you know, why she went so hard on that plot device. Because, I mean, she even makes fun of it when she talks about, you know, like when Simon makes fun of her for kissing Sebastian, her brother. Like, so she's even making fun of herself.
yeah,
And, but it's like, I mean, I actually really liked this one. I think I'm giving this one rating this one the highest because it brought like I thought the first one I liked all her ideas. I thought she was very clever. I liked the magic system and stuff like that. But I felt like in the first one it was too the pacing was bad. She was just trying to cram so much in. But
yeah,
this one I felt like we brought a lot of those really cool ideas back, and I thought that there were a lot of really cool things she was incorporating into this, but the pacing was a lot better in this one for me. And so I enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, I don't understand why it was necessary to make is it hey Ash because it's a YA story, like why was that so necessary? Because I thought that there was a lot of things in this that I really, really enjoyed that had to do with the magic, had to do with the actual plot and storyline. Very, very clever, actually. I thought. I enjoyed it. I mean, I know it's an older story, so it's maybe now it's outdated, but for when it was written, I felt like it was
yeah.
pretty clever.
There were like elements of it that, I consistently enjoyed, but it was just like, ugh. Just so tired.
Yeah.
Like my photo in the Discord.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Oh my god, that was the best. I
Yeah.
fell out of my chair. I'm telling you, I fell out of my chair with that. I was like, oh my gosh, it was amazing. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
oh.
Well, and the thing is, like, we knew the whole time that they weren't actually siblings. Like,
Yeah, yeah. But it's like, so why couldn't, I think for me, having read like essentially a book and three quarters of them with that storyline, it's like, could you not have picked something else to go interestingly with? Like, you have an entire world of Nephilim and downworlders that you could explore, and that's what you chose to focus your energies on in two different ways?
yeah,
Why? And I
I
think
don't.
because I'd read so much of it and I had gotten over it pretty quickly in the first book,
Mhm.
or in City of
It's like,
Ashes, it
yeah,
was just like, oh, sweet lordy.
yeah,
But then, actual plot, pacing, I enjoyed. It was fun.
yeah.
It's like, just focus on that. Please, for the love of God.
Yeah, and we got the really fun, great relationships from like Luke and Jocelyn, and of course from Magnus and Alec. Like we didn't need that other.
Yeah, that
We
was
didn't need
that
them to be
was
siblings.
not necessary. Not necessary at
Yeah.
all. Thank you.
And Simon now has two choices.
Look at him playing that vampire
Oh,
angle.
Maya and Isabel. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So I thought that there were a lot of really interesting things, and I felt like she handled Valentine better in this one than in was it the first one that I just didn't like how she handled Valentine. I felt like she
Mm.
handled her bad guy better in this one. I thought he was more of a bad guy.
Yeah, I still saw him as very caricature-y.
Yeah.
Like, which is fine, characters be characters. Um, but I liked seeing his progression in a way that he wasn't
Yeah.
so like he had a little bit
Comical.
more depth. Yeah, yeah. Like the way that he was talking and the fact that he actually had like a crack in his facade, it seemed unrealistic for him to be this super charming, charismatic guy, but for no one to know who he was and like all of that. It felt very flat in City of Bones.
Yeah,
Where
it
are we?
did.
But with this, I could see more of his rationalization, especially when they were talking about, how come we're supposed to fight the downworlders, but we don't have any special abilities, and him like being
Mhm.
jealous of the downworlders. Like that made more sense. It's like, okay, I can see where you've stemmed from.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely because he in the first book you just don't really have he doesn't really have
He's a
the
presence
depth.
rather than a thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like,
I think that the addition of Sebastian was a great choice. I
mm,
liked the addition of Sebastian. I mean, not that that had to add to the whole
yeah.
ancestral plot device, but more so that he did make you see more of Valentine as a character, and Valentine. Like I honestly didn't expect Valentine to really care about Sebastian, but then you get to see that Valentine really does love his son, and
Mm.
he knows that his son is flawed and can never work well in the human or the Shadowhunter world, but it was really fascinating to see how much he like you could see that he cared about Sebastian more than he cared about Jace.
Oh, for sure. But
Yeah,
he was only using Jace as a like he never cared about Jace
right.
because he was too soft.
Yeah, I know.
I do love that juxtaposition. I've always been a sucker for like the good and the bad and that
Hmm.
sort of.
Like the
Um,
demon and the angel energy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I sucker for that shit. But like it was done in a way that like Sebastian really just is the whole hog of demonic. Like he can't think about things rationally because it
Mm,
is chaos. Whereas Jace, thinking he's like bad, but actually because he cares so much about the fact that he is bad,
bad.
proves that he's not.
Hmm.
Whereas Sebastian's just like, fuck your bitches, let have the world burn.
It's so fun when we kill people. Let's kill some more.
I was mad as fuck.
When he killed Hodge.
No, when he killed Max.
Oh yeah. That sounds really bad. No.
I don't give a fuck about Hodge.
Oh, yes. No, it was, that makes me sound like I don't know why that popped out of I probably tried to avoid that thought because it was too sad.
Yeah.
Um, but yes, that was horrifying. That was absolutely. I guess
That
because
was good.
we didn't see that murder directly, so that's why
Yeah.
it didn't. But yeah, no, that was, and he just didn't care. Like he
No,
had absolutely no qualms about
no
any of it.
regret.
Like
No.
can't wait to do more of it.
Man,
Yeah,
sir, you just killed a small child. Fuck off.
yeah. No, he was horrible. He was absolutely terrible. And then like so manipulative, which I mean suited his character very well. Really did
Mm.
suit his character very well. Um, I thought it was interesting that Malachi was the bad guy in the clave.
I can't remember him having a presence.
I mean, he didn't really, but he was also so self-righteous that it was kind of funny that he, I mean, I guess that makes sense then because, well, I don't know,
Was
because he was complaining how the clave is so corrupt and all these things, but he was the counselor of the, like, he was the main guy.
corruptor.
He was the counsel.
Yeah.
Like, you're the one who's
Was
kind of,
he the one that pushed back on her doing the
hmm
okay. There was a lot of names and my brain just went, uh-huh, yep, cool. She can do funky things. Excellent.
I really liked her rune power. I thought
That was cool.
yeah, it progressed really well. Like that, those were the little adamant, and those were the little additions to the storyline, the plot that I thought were so clever, were so good. But you know, we didn't spend enough time on those kind of things.
No, I loved with the lake and her making her own mark, and it's just a small addition, but it changes everything.
Yeah,
Like brilliant, brilliant.
yeah, it was very clever, and you know, she's very clever. She thought so quickly. She was able to think about these things very fast. You can see where her strength is, but she,
Her
yeah, you know,
impulses paid off
yeah.
for once,
Oh, I was so pissed at her at the beginning of the book, though. Like she just was running into everything, and
as
then
per
she was upset.
usual.
Yeah, and she was upset. Like, why aren't you guys happy to see me? I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? Everybody has told you if you come to Idris and you're not welcome or you're not invited, you're going to be getting into so much trouble. And then she gets there and everybody's upset to see her, and she's like, I don't understand why you're upset to see me, and she gets her feelings hurt. I'm like, are you?
You walked into that one. And
I
then
want.
you walked into the fucking lakes. That poisons you.
I just wanted. Those were times when I wanted to throw my book against the wall, or Clary, one of the two. Because I I don't have a lot of patience for that. I don't have a lot of patience for that.
Don't have a lot of patience for stupid.
And it wasn't even just that, like, because I could see people doing stupid, rash things, but it was the whole like, well, why? Oh my gosh, why don't you guys want me to be here? They're so unhappy. I'm like, really? Come on now, come on. That just ugh. Amy, she's a teenager. Amy, she's a teenager.
And it's still
Yeah, no,
constant.
I agree. It was
I,
rough.
I feel like ending with her being with Aline being like, or maybe he's not interested in you now that it's not forbidden. And her like putting stock in that, I was like, really? This man has run to the ends of the earth. He's left you a fucking love letter. Why would you think that he doesn't want to be with you?
Was that supposed to pin, you know, like showcase teenage angst and self lack of self confidence or something? I don't know. I guess that was also another point where I'm kind of like, why did she have to go so hard on the incest thing? Like it just didn't feel necessary. And I really liked this. I actually really liked this book so much. And I'm like, you know, if you had left that out, I would have really loved this book. Like, you know,
Yeah,
even though it's YA, and you know, I can suspend disbelief and say, you know, I'm
yeah,
enjoying this
sure.
for what I'm enjoying it for. But like, I had a lot of fun with this, and so if she had left that out, I wouldn't have been so frustrated. And so, like, because I knew that that wasn't the case, so you're just stringing me along here
Yeah. For fuck's sake.
with something that is going to make everybody very uncomfortable, and she knows it's going to make everybody very uncomfortable.
Maybe that was a publishing strategy.
The publisher's like, you better throw a little bit of incest in there.
People talk about the books more.
What do you mean?
Like, so when she was writing these, maybe she had the thought of if I put in something rather controversial,
Oh,
I'll grow a bigger audience because it will be discussed, and did it more from a publishing, like gaining traction with her books and knowing how to use her audience to be like, for fuck's sake, with this particular plot point, rather than actually like doing it because that's the narrative that she technically wanted to follow. Because we always knew that they were going to be endgame. So, I don't know.
no, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I think that, I
It
guess
makes me
maybe,
feel better about it.
no. And I think, like, her, granted, maybe not with her first book because that was her debut novel, who knows, but like I feel like her writing is good enough that you don't need that. I feel like there is enough good fun stuff in here that you didn't need that element to it. And it probably would have been, what do you think, this would have been as popular if she didn't add the incest stuff?
I don't
Maybe
know,
this would be
maybe.
not famous.
Yeah,
She's
because
known
like
for
people
the
go,
author
hey,
that,
look, this is like a really interesting book, but there's this weird ass plot, incest plot line. You should read it. See how you feel about it.
yeah, and now she's known as being the author who has the incest kink. I wouldn't want to be known for that.
No,
I mean, maybe
personally, I
she's
wouldn't
not,
either,
but I've
but
heard people say that, so
we'll see.
yeah.
Who knows?
So what'd you think of the whole Raphael and the vampire situation?
Mm, it was a very convenient plot device of doing the
Hmm.
mark,
Yeah,
but I'm also happy that Simon didn't die.
yeah, me too.
And
I
like,
am
it
too.
makes sense that they'd be like, no, he cannot be, he can't exist. Like, this is not cool.
But
He
why?
needs,
Why did they hate it so much?
well, for them, it's, I think, more of a like, oh, you're off, baby? Okay. I love you. Have a good day.
Oi.
Look at him getting ready to go to work.
Have
Hi,
fun.
baby.
Hiya.
Boy. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, it wasn't really needed in the sense that, like, what does it matter? But I think what they were saying was that they consider him an abomination
Yeah.
to vampirism. And so if they wanted to destroy it, maybe the next three follow in that sort of vein. And there's like a reason why, like, having daylight or abilities would actually be bad for the vampiric race. Like, they
Mhm.
become more exposed or whatever. I don't know.
Well, I was thinking of, and the reason I was thinking about that is because I was thinking Valentine's killed off. You know, Sebastian's gone missing apparently, or at least his body has. We don't know what's happened with that. But
I reckon
it
he'll
was,
come back.
huh? Oh
He'll
yeah,
come back.
definitely. But sorry, uh, they didn't make Raphael the person on the council, and now he has beef with them. Like they did fight with them, but I don't know. I feel like he's going to come back as an issue in the future.
Yeah. I don't feel like the Sealy Queen will come back as an issue because, like, with Clary declining her favor,
Yeah.
I
That,
just
that,
think that was supposed to be seen as like, I have everything, I don't need
okay, you don't think that's
anything.
going to be an issue?
Nah. I reckon that
That's fair.
they'll show up and
Mhm.
they'll, like, stir the fucking pot again, but I don't think they're going to be the big bads.
Yeah, because I just don't trust her. She's
Fair
tricky.
enough. Yeah. That's a good description. She's very
Tricky. Yeah.
tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sebastian's going to be. Sorry.
I also agree that Sebastian will be a prominent force. Like, but I don't feel like he's just bad.
Hmm.
Like, he doesn't have the capability. Well, I suppose when he was Sebastian, like, he did manage to manipulate people.
Hmm.
But now that they don't know who he is, like, now that they know who he is, he's lost that element of manipulation. I don't think he has the finesse to be able to actually, like,
Yeah.
do any concern aside from opening up a fucking portal to unleash all of demons, hell's demons.
Well, that's why I was wondering, like, what if he links up with like a Raphael, and
Mm.
you need a mastermind. You need someone who can, you need the Valentine, and then you've
Yeah,
got your soldier who is Sebastian, and Sebastian's going to be looking for someone who I mean, he's a
Has
demon. Like, he's half
Yeah.
demon. Like, even though he was raised by his dad, who believes shadow hunters are amazing, I mean, I can't imagine it would be very hard for him to shift or like, who's the head of the demons? Like, I could see him shifting alliances very easily because that is part of who he is.
Definitely. I can see him teaming up with Raphael and that causing issues.
I just wonder what Raphael's angle is.
I feel like, just a random ass prediction,
No,
that the main conflict is going to be between Sebastian and Raphael. I don't think that the Shadow Hunter, because the main violence that occurred was not with Clary to Valentine, it was the angel.
Yeah.
I don't think Cassandra really goes with the Shadow Hunters doing the hard deed, even though Jace was going to kill him or whatever. He was going to. It's like, but he didn't.
Right.
So my theory is that Sebastian will hook up with Raphael, but then he'll get shitty with Raphael, like not listening to him and attack him, and then that's where the big conflict solve it within themselves, and the Shadow Hunters are just like, woo, thanks guys.
You took care of the problem twice over.
Anything. Yeah. But then they'll still have to destroy the other one that's left standing, but it's like, if it's Raphael, they'll just push him into the sun or something.
Yeah. That's easy. It's an easy solution. We'll just throw you in the sun.
And the sun's doing it. I didn't do nothing. Let's just deflect all the blame onto everyone else so I don't actually have blood on my hands.
Exactly. I was curious about, like, you know how this did end, like, you know, so I knew that she initially made this series to be its own series, right?
Yeah.
And then she added the other 3 books on later. It does end like the series could end here.
Yeah.
I wonder what made her decide to continue on and not just start with new characters or something like that.
I mean, in all technicality, she has. Like, she
Yes, you're right. She
to
does
the
have
Infernal
other.
Devices.
Would she write? So she wrote the Infernal Devices after this first series, right?
Yeah. Publishing order. So I believe it went. Oh God. City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, Clockwork Angel, the City of Fallen Angels, Clockwork Prince, City of Lost Souls, City of Heavenly Fire.
Then the last one?
Wait, I've got myself confused. So City of Glass was March 2009. Clockwork Angel was August 2010. And then City of Fallen Angels was April 2011, Clockwork Prince December 2011, City of Lost Souls May 2012, Clockwork Princess March 2013, City of Heavenly Fire 2014.
Oh, interesting.
So let's see. And then, yeah, there's the Shadow Hunters Codex, the Bane Chronicles, and all of that good fun stuff. So...
And the the Bane Chronicles is following Magnus, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. That was a dumb question. I meant, like, I was thinking like him and Alec probably.
No. So the Bane Chronicles are like him. It's novellas.
Prior?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he might show up, but it's the Red Scrolls of Magic that are him and Alec.
Oh, that's more new. I mean, that is newer, right?
Yeah.
Pretty new.
Yeah. He might Alec might show up in some of the Bane Chronicles, but I don't think that was the main.
Okay.
Yeah. The Red Scrolls of Magic with her and Wesley Chu are the Alec Magnus books.
Okay. I want to read those. I know that the Bane Chronicles didn't get the best reviews, so.
Yeah.
Which I'm curious why, because he's the best character.
Mm. He is. It's like, wow, give me all of it. Give me
I mean,
all
he
of
really he really was like saving the day left and right. It was always Magnus. It was always Magnus.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can find where we went to. There we go. Oh,
What?
sorry. I was just looking at no. There's nothing saying on Wikipedia like why she went in the order that she did. But Clockwork Angel also contains many quotes referring to famous pieces of Victorian literature.
Okay.
So the input of being Ernest, A Tale of Two Cities, the works of Samuel Taylor Coleridge and Alfred Tennyson. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm curious if we would notice if we were, reading, because you're going to read them in that order. I
Yeah.
may, because I probably won't be able to get to all three of them this month, like I was, thinking about I might. I'm wondering if reading them in that order, you'll see like, oh, okay, I can see where the influences are, and I can see why she would have been influenced to write this, then this, then this, then this, or what
Yeah.
maybe would have influenced her to continue on that series, with Jason, Clary, and them. Because it just,
Yeah.
I think the only reason I'm saying that is because it feels like a very complete ending. Like it doesn't feel like you need to go anywhere else with this.
No, it really, you could just stop.
Yeah. Maybe it was just to redeem the characters and have them have a relationship that's not incestual for a few books.
That'd be nice. Like if she then goes down the road of, oh, I don't know if he's like the most amazing thing ever, but I know that he is, but like we've been through so much having incestual relationships. I might slam my head into a brick wall.
So you think that after all that, Cassandra Clare is going to say, oh, maybe he's not as great as I think he is, and that's where Clary is going to go? I mean,
I don't know.
she's a teenager, Because we know that Jace is never going to do that. Like, it would have to be Clary.
Yeah.
She's going to fall for Simon again. Oh, I can't stand seeing you with Maya or Isabel. I better get back in there.
Just get with Maya. For the love of God. What did I do? What?
I don't know what you did. I don't know what you did. Something though. Yeah. Well, it was interesting to have Jocelyn back. That was kind of cool.
Her reaction was very interesting. Like
Clary's.
Yeah, I found it interesting that there was a lot of time at the main points where, like, so her mum comes back and then she says what she says and then leaves. And she's like, that wasn't what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say was, I missed you. And then with Jake, like, the first thing, oh, I wanted to say I love you. The first thing that came out of my mouth was, you're not my brother. Like, you intentionally chose to word it that way.
Yes.
You intentionally said, like, oh, I should have said this, but instead I said this. Whoopsies! I overreacted. Oh, I just want to let you know that you're not my brother before I say I love you, which that's kind of fair. But like,
let's confirm now. They've already kissed.
Well, then she kisses her own fucking brother. Well, he kisses her.
Well, luckily she was repulsed by it. You remember, she immediately pushed him back and was repulsed by it. That's good. Although he kissed her, but he's
and
he was
like joking about it, being like, wouldn't it hurt? That was fun messing with her. Valentine's Day.
He's like, oh, this son I created, man, he is crazy. He is. I mean, the Sebastian's just crazy.
Yeah.
That was creepy. That he seems more the incestual type than Jace, really.
Yeah. It's his demon blood. That's what Jace was
That's right.
saying.
That's right.
Jace was saying because it was his demon blood that was making him attracted to her, even though it was incestual.
Those were the moments that I was reminded that Jace was also a teenager, because I'm like, are you serious? Like, you're not thinking at all rationally here. Like, this is so childish. I'm like, oh yeah, he's still
He is a
thinking
child.
like a child. Yeah, because I was like, what? Come on now, dude. That's like the dumbest thing.
So that just drew some parallels in my head. So, I read 50 Shades Freed.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Finished it.
Yeah, I did. It hurt. But anyway, you saying that about him being like a teenager and having that emotional development, that was an excuse that they used for Christian's behavior in 50 Shades Freed. It's because he has the maturity of an adolescence because he's been through a traumatic childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like parallels between Jace and Christian, except one is still a child and the other is an adult. But I was like, oh, I didn't find it bad with Jace. Like, I sympathized, he'll grow up eventually. But with Christian, I just cracked the shits.
Like, come on, dude.
I'm like, stop using that as validation. That is not a reasonable excuse. Yes, they've been through childhood trauma, but that doesn't mean that you're allowed to give them grace for being abusive because they have the emotional maturity of a teenager.
Right.
Like, no, that doesn't count. But for Jace to actually grow, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with this. This is like a little bit of teenage angst, but I can see that they're actually going to progress as human beings.
Well, we'll find out in the next 3 books.
Half angel, half human.
So does that mean Clary's also half angel then? Because they never really talked about her being half angel later on. They kept talking about him being angel boy, but they never said like she angel girl, angel girl. And I was just curious if she did though, because I remember,
it was he. So technically, neither of them are half, but Valentine gave them both angel blood. He gave it more to Jace, I believe, because he was feeding him after cutting her out of the womb, which,
yeah.
But then for
Jocelyn, it was just he was occasionally putting it in her food so she would feel less depressed. Yeah. So Clary didn't get quite as much, right?
Yeah,
is basically what it was.
Yeah, but Jace had significant more. Also, I'm sorry, but what? Now that I've just had that thought, what kind of prehistoric medical system is that? Like, they're dealing with a preemie baby. He was 8 months in utero. What? No. Was it because he was feeding him angel juice that he didn't need to go to preemie ward? But like, I can't imagine that would have been okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point because I don't. That's plot. I don't think that's something that Cassandra Clare thought about.
No.
Yeah.
She obviously doesn't know too much about childbirth. Just cut it out.
Maybe the angel blood made it better, like, made him healthier. I don't know. I guess the reason why I thought, like, it seemed a little strange, not strange, but, like, Jace can jump high, but Clary can make these amazing runes. So who really got the better angel blood?
Yeah. I think because, like, her, from a genetic perspective, and, like, whilst it's not hereditary, your skills and capabilities, the fact that her mum is an artist. So there was that line of even though skills aren't done that way. But I think that's what the implication was because her mum was amazing at this and had that capability. She then could have that extra push. Whereas with Jace, he also is like a fantastic warrior. His reflexes are amazing. He's got super, like, not super speed, but he's faster than the average human.
Right.
Yeah, he can jump super high. He's designed to be a warrior. So
it just seemed like he
it
kind of
seemed
got the
very, yeah.
shit into the stick when it came to the angel powers. Yeah. I just thought, wow, Clary gets the cool stuff. But, I mean, Jace is a very strong, and it was, you forget how strong of a warrior he is when he's up against Sebastian, because Sebastian just kept smacking him down, really, like, kicking his butt. But I really
It was
did
nice
like,
to see him lose.
yeah, and I really liked how Jace killed him. I thought that was so clever because, Sebastian was saying, "Well, that was the gift that I got for my 9th birthday," and then of course Jace did the same thing to him. And I thought that was pretty clever.
That was
Like, you got yours, man. Yeah. It's
Oh,
clever.
looks like we got the same birthday present. Thanks, Dad.
I know. Look at me being like, I'm so glad he killed him that way. That's great. Yeah, just get him in the back, and that's fantastic. That's okay. Maybe a little more bit of me.
Love it.
Yeah. So if we're talking Isabel and Maya, you prefer Maya then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too messy.
Yeah. With it.
Also, I feel like Isabel, I don't think that Simon would be the best boyfriend for her in supporting her in the ways that she needs it. Like, I can see them being a good dynamic and being excellent friends. But if it comes to dating, I feel like Simon doesn't have enough backbone to date Izzy and treat her like, I feel like he's still in that point of insecurity and he's not going to go past that. So he needs someone that is a little bit more of a loner and isn't, is still rambunctious like Maya, but isn't that outgoing, over the top, bubbly personality that Izzy is.
Yeah.
Because he'll just react poorly to her being so open. I don't think that they would grow together. Whereas I can see him and Maya both being downworlders, and having a connection, even though they're supposed to be clashing, like vampires and werewolves always no go. I think being the bridge between that is awesome.
Yeah. And I can see that. And, I also agree with you what you were saying about Simon and Isabel, because Simon still feels like the youngest. I mean, Isabel does feel that way too. But, like, he feels, of all these people, even though he can behave sometimes in the most mature way, he still feels the youngest. I think it's because he feels very innocent still. Even though he's a vampire, he still has this innocence to him that I feel like the other characters don't. And so, and Maya, she is younger. And I think that she could really actually appreciate him more than Isabel would be able to.
And
also.
I think they can work through their problems because they're sort of similar.
Mm-hmm.
And they've both got that sort of outcast nature, which, I don't know, it just seems to work better.
Yeah.
But like it might be that Izzy really helps him find his strength in who he is, and he does grow from it. But it just, from what I know of teenage boys, like the likelihood of that happening is very slim.
Yeah. Well, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes forward, because Simon is learning what it's like to be a vampire too, and he's what Claire's like, well, you're really hot now, so you're gonna get all the girls, and that's just like, I think his confidence will build a lot.
No.
But I think somebody like Maya might be able to keep him more humble as well, which would probably
Yeah.
be better for him.
Yeah. Not inflate the ego too high.
Right. Beat him down a little bit if he needs it. Not physically, I meant like.
Well, that too.
Not emotionally either. I just meant take him down a few pegs.
Yeah.
So he's not, becoming Izzy. Yeah. But yeah,
I can hear my throat's going,
uh-huh.
so I'm just going to quickly run and put the kettle on to make a tea. But because I have my headphones, I'll still be able to talk.
Okay. Sorry.
So you were saying, sorry?
No, I was just saying, like, I think it'll be really interesting. I don't know. I guess I just don't know where this can go from here because it felt like it was so final. But I know obviously there's going to be a place for it to go.
I feel like maybe you're right with the Raphael, like that will be the next conflict. Because I don't know, I can't take Sebastian seriously.
He doesn't seem like he's like we said, he's not a Valentine. He's not a mastermind. He's not the person who can plan things and be charismatic enough to be able to pull people together. And nobody's going to want to be on his side. He's a total jerk.
Mm.
He's not caring enough to be able to pull that, to get enough people to follow him. So or he aligns with the demons.
Maybe.
I don't know.
There are possibilities to where he goes, but I don't see it being the main conflict. Maybe in book 2 he'll make a reappearance and have an army of demons behind him. Or book 5.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good. I have no clue. I mean, I guess we'll find out, right? Mom says, "Do you really think Simon is learning how to be a vampire? It feels like he's just hanging out, not learning." I mean,
I think he is going to get there, but at the moment, no, he's not. He really pushes against it. I found it interesting that he's Jewish. Like he can't say the name of God. He can't pray. Like that is so heavily impacted by his vampirism, whereas the other ones can say God and hell and heaven and all of that, and it doesn't affect him. But because he was religious, like I found
and isn't that what they said? Because he still held the belief and held the faith, it was really hard for him to let that go. So because he was like the anti. Do you think that that's true, that he couldn't say it because he was still held his faith, or do you think that there was like some kind of subconscious part of himself that really felt that he was damned, and so that he couldn't say those things? Like if he really didn't believe it, then he could still say it.
Yeah, I think he really believes in his faith, and that's why he can't, because it's essentially blasphemy saying it from his mouth now that he is a creature of the night.
Well, and that's sad, actually. That's really sad then, that he believes he's damned and he's evil, and that would make him be more risky, like be more of a risk taker in the future and stuff like that. I could see him.
I mean, him asking Clary to do the Mark of Cain was kind of a massive stab. Like that is a huge thing.
Yeah. Well, and he's also like, well, and obviously something's going to happen with Simon, because what he's supposed to wander the world after this, but he's saying he's going to go back to high college. He wants to go back to school, go to college. He has this idea that he can still be a normal person or something.
He wants a normal life. So I don't know.
More so than anybody. More so even than Clary. Like Clary's kind of.
Sure. Clary's like, let me get into the Institute. Let me train as a shadow hunter. I'm excited.
Yeah. So that's going to be a problem going forward, I think. And I think that, I don't know that Simon's going to turn bad, but I think he's going to face a lot of his own demons that he's creating for himself.
Yeah.
Interesting. Why don't you think they picked Raphael to be on the council?
Nah, no good. I think that they just have an inherent distrust.
But he's like the head dude, right? So I don't understand why he wouldn't
I
be the
don't think
person
he
they put on the
wanted to be.
council. Mm.
I think
I just
he
don't
would have
trust him.
wanted a puppet on the seat
Mm.
rather than him actually having to be there, and he can dedicate his time to
Well, and
other things.
what's funny about that is I feel like Raphael's one who, like Simon, believes himself to be damned and to believes him because he was very Catholic when he was young, like I feel like he punishes himself and hates himself for what he is. And part of him being upset with Simon is like, I have to be this thing, you have to be it too.
Yeah,
And
I can see
I
that.
feel like there's this like internalized hatred that Raphael has for vampires, but also for himself. But he's accepted that he is because he doesn't have a choice. Whereas he's mad that Simon gets to do all the things Simon gets to walk out in
He
the sun.
can't do. Yeah.
Right. And Simon gets to continue to pretend that he's human, even though he's not. And I can see that Raphael is hating that because I think he actually hates vampires.
Yeah, I could
Which I
fully.
think that's, I guess, why I think that he's going to become the next bad guy. Because I think he's just going to be filled with so much hatred for himself, for everybody else, and not care one way or the other because he's already thinks his life is over. He thinks he's dead. I mean,
Well,
he
he
is. I mean,
is.
I know he is, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see him being jealous of Simon for that. But it could also be because, just thinking on it, it's because Simon has had angel blood.
Mm-hmm.
So how can a demon have angel blood like that for him? Like, he doesn't know that, but I'm just thinking on it, how he might be thinking through different scenarios and how that's come to fruition. Because if he, like, Simon's been, how do you have a demon or a
Mm-hmm.
a
How can you have
vampire
both of those types of blood in your body
running?
once?
Yeah, how hasn't that killed him?
Actually, that's a very good question. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about the fact that he has demon blood in his system because he's a vampire, but he also has angel blood now in his system. And
And because
how's
they don't know that Jace, like, they think it's Shadowhunter blood that's
mm-hmm.
done it because they
Yeah.
don't know that Jace has angel blood in him.
Right.
But I'm assuming it's because of the angel blood. So Clary's blood would have. I don't need to close the door. Ash isn't home. Clary could also do the same thing. So I could see it as a threat to Raphael because he doesn't know how this has originated. They've
Right.
ruled out that it's not, like, they've said it
Shadowhunter
was Valentine experiments because people have destroyed Shadowhunters and had their blood and whatever. Or maybe it's because it was willingly given or something inane like that.
Yeah.
But he's like,
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
that's where I thought it was was Jace's angel blood.
Yeah, so what is that? And what I thought was interesting was, for one, that the angels were telling, the angel told Ethereal, basically showed Clary how to win this war. She showed the binding, and then how Raziel, when he was raised, was basically telling Valentine, like, dude, like, you hate the werewolves, the vampires, but they're all our people. So and so there's this like huge separation between Shadowhunters and all these other Downworlders, but the angels don't actually recognize that difference.
No.
Even though all the Downworlders they all have some demon blood in them, right? You think?
Yeah, I think so.
So like,
because like they made the Nephilim and the Shadowhunters to kill the Downworlders. Like, originally, that was
I thought it was
why.
just demons.
Wasn't it?
I thought it was demons, to kill the demons.
Oh, right. Yeah, so then they've placed their own prejudice onto the Downworlders. Yeah,
Right.
that's it. Yeah.
So,
not the angels, but the
the Shadowhunters. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Like, if the angels recognize the downworlders as being their own, even though they have some demon blood in them, then maybe angel blood being in the vampire is not like as volatile as it sounds like it should be. I don't know.
A lot of questions. I wonder
Or
if they're
abnormal.
actually going to be answered.
And like, does not Sebastian, is Simon gonna have, or does he have other things that are not vampire-y now because he has some angel blood in him? I don't know. Am I thinking too deeply into it? It's just interesting.
We'll see.
Like you said, it's interesting, the light and the dark,
Yeah. I always enjoy that sort of stuff.
Yeah. What are you going on about, Cease? It's not time to eat yet. Sorry, my dog is crying.
Hello, little doggo.
Come here, Cease. Come here. Oh, come here.
Hello, Sissy. Oh, you're so adorable. Hello.
Look at. She's like, no, feed me.
No,
feed me.
I want food. Oh, it was so funny. I went to an open house yesterday and I went to go check the backyard and I saw that there was a dog kennel. I was like, oh, they're taking the dog with them and I've gone to open the door and next second there's a dog. I was like, oh, I don't know if you're allowed in the house. Shit. Front door's open. And so then I went out the laundry door and went and walked around that way. And then she's come up and she's like, hi. And just like rested her paws on me and was like sniffing. She was the most beautiful dog. Like not aggressive in the slightest. I was like, you'd make an excellent guard dog. Random stranger walking through your house.
Yeah. Fantastic, right?
Yeah. But I had a good chuckle because I had a feeling that it wasn't going to be an aggressive dog because they have two little kids.
Oh yeah.
From the photos around, so I was like, yeah, nah, this dog will be super chill.
Well, they couldn't have left the dog there if the dog was going to be super aggressive. But yeah, Cece's that much of a guard dog. She's really the kind of dog that will run behind you if something is scary. Yeah.
And my childhood dog, she would just go up, sniff your feet, and then roll over for pats.
Yep.
That's the extent of her guard dogship.
She's going to make friends with everybody, even the people that are killing us. But yeah, no, overall fun, and I'm actually really excited to read Clockwork Angel the first. Yeah. I'm really excited to read that one because I have read that one before.
Yeah, I'm excited to do alternating. I think that will work better.
Well, I think it's probably what I'm gonna end up doing anyways. Let's be honest, it's already the 9th, but how many books am I gonna actually get read this month?
I have one book left on my Cluedo.
Oh, what?
I had 3.
Oh, well, that's right. Okay, I was gonna say.
So
because that
I've read
right.
Jonas and the Healing in the Vine, and I just have Hazel Bly and the Deep Blue Sea, and then I have my 3 optionals. No, I don't, because one of my optionals. No, my optional was Clockwork Angel, not City of Glass. Cool. I still have those 3. And then
that's fantastic.
I've
got a lot of buddy reads this month, so.
Because you were like, I can't do them any other time, so let's do them all in July.
I'm not the brightest person at all times.
What you need to do is on your calendar for each month, write it in, so then you can see how many you have, and then you can go, hold on a second, July's not going to work because I already have 32.
It's not that bad. Well, one ended up, I wasn't planning on doing Braiding Sweetgrass as a buddy read, but because I wanted to put that on my TBR because of the prompt that came up, I had already planned on buddy reading that with someone. So I was like, well, I'll just do it a buddy read this month. And so we're gonna do that, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's fine. I got this done, and
Book of
I'm
Life, Clockwork Angel. Technically, your other two were also on the TBR. 2 Narnia books, was that right? Wait,
I
I've
haven't
now
started the
lost.
Percy Jackson series, so that I mean
Oh,
James
that's 5 books.
is okay with it. Then this one,
Yeah.
Braiding
So we're at
Sweetgrass.
12.
Um, oh yeah, these ones, but these ones don't count. The little Magic Treehouse ones. These
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
read these in like 5 minutes. I mean, look at the rating on those.
Oh, bless. I need to keep reading Animorphs, and I haven't.
These kind of books make you feel like, oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
Well, that was like at the end of last month. I could feel myself getting back into a slump. And so I just read a fuck ton of like graphic novels and short things, which I don't give a shit about. Like last month I read Fairy Tale, A Song for the Wild Built, The Dragon's Bride, Down Among the Sticks and Bones, Tea Dragon Festival, The Witch Boy, all which were under 200 pages.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you to yeah.
What?
I loved it. A Song for the Wild Built, yeah.
I read half of it, and I was so. Here's the thing. I'm gonna restart it because I was reading it. So last week of the month, I hit a slump, but it was more of an emotional. Like I was angry and mad and frustrated and sad, and I was really in a bad place, in a very bad place. And so I started reading both Winter's Orbit, which I'm 63% of the way through, and Song for the Wild Built that week. And that was a bad choice. Just because any reading that week was a bad choice. Because so I'm gonna restart this, and this
You'll
is fast.
fly
Like
through
you
it
said.
though. Yeah.
It reminds me of the Tea Dragon Society, but like novella form. That's what it reminds me of.
And with a robot instead of tea
Right.
dragons.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Winter's Orbit, I'm enjoying, but I'm not going to rate it this time around. I'm probably reread it sometime in the future and rate it then because I don't feel like I could give it a fair rating right now with when I started reading it, how I was feeling that week.
Fair.
I haven't felt that way in a while. I was but I did set up an appointment for a therapy to finally see a therapist. So, or a new one because my last one was so unreliable. So,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm glad that you'll get there and you got your appointment going.
Smart girl. Doing the smart thing. Taking care of my mental health.
So my therapist came back from
in London.
Yeah, so she came back last week and that was fun. So I have my appointments at 4 p.m. because that's like the last appointment of the day, and then I come back to work for half an hour and then can go home.
Fragile afterwards. I know.
Yeah. And I walk in the next day to an email saying that we're switching your times to 9 a.m. So then you only have to take half an hour of leave, and the desk isn't unmanned for that period of time because one girl leaves at 4:30. So there's half an hour where there's only one girl on the desk when usually there's two. And I sent back a very assertive email saying, nope, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
And then my therapist, so that was on the Thursday they sent through the email, and Thursdays are a day off. And so she came in on Friday and she was like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? Why did this occur? I'm so sorry. I'm so proud of your email.
Yeah, for being,
But when I'd sent the email, I was like, when did I grow a backbone? I don't like this.
It's horrible having a backbone. It's terrible.
No.
Oh, no, it's not.
I was serious. So
that is fantastic, though. That's fantastic.
And she's
because,
like, I'll back you in, like, and she's just like totally in my corner all the time, and I love it because like she was shitty that I came in and worked 10:30 to 3:30, even though I had the medical certificate from the hospital.
Yeah.
She was furious about that. So there was just a lot of like support from her consistently, and I'm just like, I love you so much. You're amazing.
Good. Because that seems ridiculous to me. I don't think you should have. That would have made me mad. Really mad.
At least we have things to talk about next session.
That's true. That is very true.
No,
that's great.
I've got so much going on with Mum at the moment. I've started to establish boundaries, so we're going to focus on that. And because I had to catch her up on the month's worth of stuff that she hadn't been here for, and I didn't have a voice, so when I was talking and getting upset, or like not upset, but just expressive, let's go with that, I was like, for fuck's sake. Why? I just need a fuck.
I can't express the emotions that I have at the moment. It's not fair.
Squeaky toy. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's no fun.
So yeah, that was.
So you'll have a good session the next one. And I'm hoping I like my new lady. I'm hoping that she's more available than the one that I only saw her once every 5 weeks when I was first starting. Like, that's just ridiculous.
We're still on once a fortnight for me.
Yeah, but I mean, you've been seeing her for a while, right? Or no?
March last year.
Yeah.
Like I would probably be okay to see her once every 3 weeks and once a month, but
might as well.
There's a lot going on. I'm happy to have fortnightly sessions.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I know.
I hope that it goes well, and
I'm
there's a
sure.
lot of availability.
I hope so too, because I was just frustrated with that, and I'm all for therapy. Like, I'm all for, I think of our brain, we need to do things to keep our body healthy. We need to do things to keep our brain healthy. So I'm so like an advocate, but then I wasn't advocating for myself. I was so frustrated with that whole process. I was so irritated. And, when you're feeling like you need to see a therapist, you don't want to deal with the process of having to deal with all the headache. And I'm like, this isn't supposed to be a headache. It's supposed to be easy, because that's not easy, but I mean,
that
like,
helps my mental health.
Right.
You should be able to see her more than once every 5 weeks.
Yeah. And it was, I'd only seen her twice. Like, so she didn't even know me. And there was no way for her to get to know me, because we couldn't make schedules that were, she kept canceling for personal reasons, understandably. But like, I'm like,
it's rough.
I finally committed to doing therapy, and I can't get any therapy.
Yeah. And then you just become disheartened with the whole process. You're already in a shitty headspace.
Yeah. And that's how I was feeling.
Too much effort. You want it to be smooth.
Yeah. So last week I was like, oh no,
I'm
Amy.
so happy you're in.
Oh no. Because I haven't been able to let go of my stress this term. Like, I'm finally this week feeling better. But I just can't let it go. I didn't used to stress this much when I was younger, and as I'm getting older, my stress levels have increased so much, and I just don't know how to let it go. And so I need to talk. I need to figure out this brain of mine. So,
do you think that because you have more of an understanding of where you want to be, you're putting more pressure on yourself to achieve that higher step?
Oh, yeah. And I also think I put a lot of pressure on myself because I'm so much older and I'm not where I feel like I should be at this age. And I I rationally know that like, like, that's not going to help, Amy. Like, I get that, but it doesn't change the fact that I really struggle with my age and how much I feel like I have not accomplished in my life, and how many of the things that I've wanted to do that I haven't done. And it really is affecting me more and more as I get older. And I don't want to put that pressure on myself. Like I said, rationally, I know.
No one does. Yeah.
But I feel like it's just getting worse and worse. So, yeah.
I'm sure they'll give you strategies to help.
I need some strategies. I just need to, sometimes you just need to let that stuff out, and
a sounding
have
board.
someone. Yeah. So no, it's just, it's, and I'm not aging well mentally,
Physically, I'm on point. Emotionally, I'm fucked.
It's so funny because I remember when I was younger and people would be like, they pretend that they're a different age and, oh, I don't want to turn 30. I don't want to turn 40. I don't even want to talk about my birthday. When I was younger, I was like, I don't understand that. Like, who cares? Every age is a good age. Da, 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 da. And now that I'm getting older and older and older, I'm like, I don't want to get older. It's just happening so
I'm
fast.
running out of time. Oh,
And so,
it's quick. Let me see if I can find it.
this turned into a therapy session as opposed to well, BookStara friends. Probably more than you bargained for.
Literally opened it to the right page.
I like your pants. They're cute.
Thank you. Aren't they glorious?
Really cute. Yeah.
I'm getting
Did you
older.
break something?
Probably.
Did you tear something?
No, just pulled.
Yeah.
Good. So,
Good.
enjoy this for your science brain.
Okay.
What makes years seem shorter? Because, every year feels quicker and quicker. Each hour of your life is a progressively smaller percentage of your total number of hours lived.
Mm-hmm.
So, time seems faster because you've experienced more time.
I mean, that makes sense, but...
Doesn't it?
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that I'd get to a point as I got older, that it would just feel like it slowed down.
That's called retirement.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Neither of us are there yet.
Oh, come on, Paige. If I have to be old, I might as well be retired.
But you have so many exciting adventures with teaching ahead of you.
I hope so.
You're gonna be fantastic.
Well, see, and that's
I
it. Like,
can't wait to hear your adventures.
that's where my brain has gotten, though. My brain has gotten to this point where it's like, it really just thinks it's over like, it's pretty much it. Like, it's like, I'm just tumbling down that hill until I hit death now. That's what my brain thinks. And that's why I need to talk to a therapist, because I'm like, I've reached my peak. There's no more going up. That's it. We're done.
There's no such thing as reaching your peak.
I know. Convince my brain that, Paige. We'll be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a trained professional. I'm just a friend.
I know, that's why I said, like, people probably got more than they bargained for in this live show.
If you're still watching, you could probably turn out at like 45 minutes in.
We're done with City of Glass by now. Yeah. But this was fun.
And like we had good discussion about it.
We did
It's
have
always like tangents.
we got to bring our chaos to this, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The
Otherwise,
more
it
the
wouldn't.
merrier.
Huh?
The more the merrier.
Yeah. It's fun and exciting and interesting, and well, you'll get to know a lot about us.
Yeah.
Maybe too much.
Shazza in the background. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of chaos, guess what I'm filming after this?
I can't even guess what time of it.
My entire tibia.
What?
With no voice.
Oh, wait, today you're doing it? Oh my gosh, Paige.
I can't leave it for next weekend. I've got too much on.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be too much.
It's gonna be fun.
That's exciting though. I can't wait to see what you got. I don't even want to take on that.
Well, so I've started using an app called Bookshelf. And so you can bulk scan in the books. So you just hold it in front of it and it will scan it and then put it into the shelf that you want it to. So I've sorted mine into Orange and DY because like my parents' place and my place. But then you can do tags, and so I've put the shelf like
Oh,
once. So like I've done my Brown series bookcase.
cool. Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah. So at the moment I have 113 books in DY and 487 books in Orange, but I haven't done my graphic novel, my rainbow shelf, or the 3 ones behind me here.
Okay. So are you
But
going to be doing like lifting them and talking about, not talking about, but just you're just going to be talking, yeah, just holding them in. Well, that's going to be fun to edit.
that was like the 5th video I ever put out on my channel.
Mhm.
Was my entire TBR.
Oh my gosh, how long did
So
that?
proud of it.
How long
Couple
did it
of
take?
hours.
I got to go back and watch that one. Well, I'll just watch the new one.
Oh wait, no. I lied. It was not 1,
Couple
2,
of hours?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It was the 16th video I posted. The video itself is 14 minutes and 37 seconds, but it took me a couple of hours.
Oh my goodness. 14 minutes? That's quick.
Well, it's literally like The Doctor by Kyle Krasinski, City of Glass. That's it.
Okay.
And yeah, I just worked my way around. So
I think I want to do some unhauling before I do anything like that. I gotta get rid of some of these, but I have this plan, an unhaul plan, which is gonna be fun if I ever get around to doing it. That's the problem, is I haven't been doing anything lately.
You've had a lot on your plate. You don't have to do things.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
It will come when it comes.
Yes, that's right.
It's okay.
That's right. That's right.
It's good that you're excited and you've got ideas.
Yeah.
But there is no time pressure to actually get it done.
There is not.
You do it when it suits for your life.
Yes, you're right.
Are you ready though?
Yeah.
That bottom shelf is my unhaul.
Oh wow! When did you do that?
That's my kids. Like a month and a bit ago. I just can't film it yet because I'm waiting on friends to send through stuff so that I can film my contribution to it, and then I can film the rest of the unhaul.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't even know how many there are because I've already taken it off the spreadsheet the second I put them in. And
oh, what is? Wow, Paige, is that did you do a vlog for that?
Nah.
Red flag.
The bottom one is my sex and other cringeworthy descriptions. So let's see. Orange tab. His growing erection is digging tantalizingly into my soft, willing flesh.
Tantalizingly?
See why it's cringeworthy and other descriptions?
Yeah. That's not appropriate.
And at the apex of my thighs. It's my sex and the apex of my thigh. I'm like, there has got to be some other words for labia. Really?
I'm still worried. I haven't started reading "I Married a Lizard Man" yet. I'm still worried about stem and slit. So that's what I have to look forward to.
Yeah. That sounds exciting.
Have you read that series yet at all?
No.
Okay.
I forget about reading online.
I know. I've been reading Shadow of the Wind on because we have it on our Kindle, and gosh, I forget that sometimes it just feels like the books go faster when you're reading ebooks. I don't like reading ebooks. I don't. But they do go faster when you read them on ebook for some reason. I don't understand why. I don't know why. but maybe it's also to reread, and I really like it. So I don't know. Lizard Man is so cool. Yeah, Mom really loves that whole series.
I will get to it.
Yeah, that one apparently is way better than Ice Planet Barbarians. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for weird sex, that's I'll say weird, but like alien slash alien sex, basically. Yeah.
Not your regular vanilla sex. The Dragon's Bride was so fucking good.
Was it?
It was. I love that Katie Roberts just writes like soft cinnamon roll characters. So he's like really nice, and he's like, but taking pleasure without consent. No, well, what are you talking about? We're a civilized race. We make sure that everyone is willingly involved.
Yeah.
And the fact that like when she was describing, there was like 5 or 6 girls, I can't remember, and she was describing each of them, and she mentioned this black girl, da 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 da, this white girl, da 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 da, and just uses that inclusionary, so you're not making the generic assumption of if their skin color isn't described, they're white.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But and usually they'll only describe the skin color as to point out that it's different.
Yeah.
But Katie's just blanket.
Right.
Which is like, yeah, diversity.
Yes. I like it. I like when it's done well.
Mm.
Yeah, I just read Birthday Girl. I really
Isn't
like
it
that.
glorious?
It's really good. Like, yeah, I mean, the smut was good.
Mm. Their chemistry was just.
Mm-hmm. It really was.
It's interesting because, like, you give the description of that it's an age gap taboo romance between her boyfriend's dad and her, and that explicitly sounds like there's cheating.
Yeah.
Because, like, you don't want to say ex-boyfriend because.
Right. Then, yeah, that's true. I did say that. That's spoilery, isn't it?
Oh
I
no!
think my review.
Like, it doesn't really matter because, like, you're not gonna. It's not taboo to the point of having it with the boyfriend and the dad at the same time.
Oh no! Are
Yeah.
there books like that? I'm sure there are.
I'm sure there are, but like I describe it like it's her boyfriend's dad, but there's no cheating on her.
Yeah, boyfriend.
From the main character's parts, because they're still cheating.
Yeah.
But not from her or the dad, and I really like that. Like, people do argue that they weren't emotionally cheating, like, at the movie. I'm like, fuck off, no. Like, she was just vibing with an older gent. Like, she didn't immediately go, like, my boyfriend's a piece of shit. I just want to bang this guy's brains out.
No, it didn't. It didn't go that way.
It was a nice burn and then,
yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. It was fun, and it was a slow burn, which was I wasn't expecting it to be a slow burn, honestly. But and I'm glad it was though, because I think I enjoyed the steamy parts more because of that.
Yeah,
I read
it's tasteful.
Yeah, I started reading one Christina Lauren smut novel, and they just go right into it at the very beginning, and there's no you don't have any connections with the characters whatsoever, and it just wasn't as I was like, I'm not as invested in these people. Yeah, it just didn't do anything for me. And so I thought that this was built up really well.
There are some little smutty novellas that are smutty novellas. And
I don't mind that. I think it just depends on how well you build up or how well you make maybe just the scenes weren't that great or something. I don't know. It's interesting though, because I haven't read truly smutty books in a while. I've read romance novels that have some smut in them, but truly smutty books, it's been a while. So it was interesting, trying out that Christina Lauren one first. And it was like, yeah.
And then you get a slow burn smut, and it's like, oh.
Yes, that's fun. If anybody's looking for some smut, any of these BookStara people looking for some smut, our BookStara friends. I don't think we're going to be adding any of those series.
Many recommendations. I will give many recommendations. once I scroll through my Goodreads because I can't remember what the fuck I've read.
Well, I still need to read Married to Lizard Man, so that's my next one. But I still have a lot of things I need to read.
Yeah.
We already know that.
I'm not sure where I'm going to go next. Well, I'm going to go Hazel Bly and the Deep Blue Sea, but then I'm not sure where I'm going to head after that. Whether I tackle the other big book or go with one of the Sarah Barnards, or do I just dive into Clockwork Angel? So then that's ticked.
Maybe.
Also, I've decided we're doing Book of Life in the second week. Is that right?
Sorry, I dropped something. I'm starting Book of Life sooner this time. For myself. You can read a lot faster than I can. Yeah, Book of Life discussions on the 12th. Everybody, Book of Life discussions on the 12th.
I'm thinking that I might
wait till August.
Yeah.
Put on your TBR. Yeah.
And then,
That's
well,
smart.
also it's rented out till the 27th of July from our library. So I don't really have much of a choice unless I want to. And like, I love the series so much, I'd happily buy the full series. It doesn't bother me. But I'm just like, well, or I could just wait and read other things and then not have the stress of a 600-page chonky sitting there when I'm still trying to get through another one.
I mean, that sounds smart to me because, you know, it.
And I can read it in that time.
You can. That's the thing, is you can read it in that time, and I know you prefer to read it right before our discussion. So, yeah.
Right before.
I read this in I'm not the fastest reader, but I read this in 3 days.
Normally I have 4 or 5 books between finishing that and then our discussion. Nope, not this time.
Yeah. Well, and that says a lot about this because it's a 540-page book, but I was able to get it done in 3 days. It's a fast read. So that's nice about it. That is not true for the Deborah Harkness ones.
No.
So
I'm just a speed reader that then doesn't process any information that I've actually read. And then Amy has to kindly prompt me to actually have a discussion.
Yeah, I think it works out well. We did great. We really, really good.
I will never get sick of Hades, Herculean, Meg Smut, though.
Yeah,
anything else I could get very much over.
Well, I told her she didn't have to read them all back to back to back. She literally read them one after the other, and I'm like, you could have spread them out a little bit. And I think it was the Ursula one that really was a little too similar for her, that she just was like, no, I'm done. Not done, but just it was too much the same. She said she'll definitely read the next one that comes out. She was a little disappointed in that one in particular, I think. So
I don't think there are any more Wicked Villains coming out.
No, they're not. Just working on the Neon God series.
Yeah.
Whatever that series is
and
called.
She's got other series as well. I'm curious to read the Able series, which is
what does that mean?
Christian?
Huh?
Able?
Like Cain and Abel sort of thing?
I think. Katie Robert. Let me double check. Sabine Valley. Oh, no, not. 7 Brothers, 7 Brides. A Revenge 7 Years in the Making. The Payne brothers are back.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Broderick Cohen. That's a 7-book series because there's 7 brothers. Yeah, I just love her fucking stuff. I can understand that it's not going to be good for everyone.
Yeah. I still have Neon God sitting on my shelf waiting for me for when I get a chance and I decide I want to get rid of my TBR again. Like I did with Birthday Girl. I was just like, I need something. I just needed a break, and it was perfect. Yeah. And I read it. I couldn't put it down for 24 hours. I read that. I read the hell out of that book.
It's good shit.
Yeah.
It is a perfect palate cleanser.
Yes,
that is challenging
exactly
to say. Right.
It was so much fun. The Dark Olympus series, that's what that one's called.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to read that too. So, got a lot of fun stuff to read.
I need to read the last fucking Blue Bloods. that's sitting
Oh,
there like in
that's
the back
right.
of my brain.
Those series drive me nuts.
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah. I've actually been doing pretty good recently with like finishing up some of my not finishing up, working on some of my series, which feels good.
Yeah.
What, you're not doing so good?
I finished 50 Shades, The Circle of Magic, and another one this year. But I find that I'm still starting a fuck ton. And like that's fine because I'm interested in them, but then it's like, commitments. And because
Yeah.
I've only just started getting better at actually like saying that no, I'm done with this series. Like
Oh, when you don't want to read it, yeah. Like
yeah,
you don't want
and
to
just being
continue.
like I'm DNFing the rest of the series, like I'm done.
Yeah,
But I'm
that can be
still
hard to
not
do.
great.
There's definitely been some that I when I was putting together my list of what is it, 56. I finished one, so 55. 55 series I'm currently working on. There were definitely some that I was like, no, I'm not going to add that one. I don't think I need to add that.
So I went through my Goodreads from 2016 onwards and added every single book to the spreadsheet. And then I wrote in ones that I'd read prior that I remembered, but I know there's like heaps that I'm forgetting. And so collectively, there's 190 series on that list.
What? That's even including ones you're not continuing, right?
Yeah. I've got 50 that I've completed. I've got 16 that I'm up to date with. I have 21 that it's probably DNF'd because there's always a chance I can't DNF things properly. But 21 of those. So I have an ongoing 103 series. From like, there's a couple before 1, 2, 3, 4 that were before 2016. So I have 99 series I've started since 2016.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
That hurt
2016.
me.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Oh, good luck with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm feeling pretty good about my 56 now.
Yeah, see? Oh, perspective, man. Perspective. Let's do what I
Well,
can.
you said 50 that you're not up to date with, so that you are pretty sure you're going to continue. The other ones you've kind of DNF'd, soft DNF'd.
21.
Right. 21.
Yeah, so 103 in total that I'm wanting to continue on with.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing talking to me? Get busy.
Yeah, we're good. And then, just casually with BookStara being like, yeah, let's do 2 whole series in a year. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Why the fuck did I agree to this, you bitches?
We complete the series.
Yes,
Because
but we
otherwise,
add
I'm
to
terrible
the
at
list
completing.
first.
Huh?
We add to the list first.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I love it. I wouldn't change it.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I'm excited because we're getting we're halfway done with All Souls series. We're halfway done with both series. What am I talking about?
Boom. Because it's halfway through the year.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So
Don't say
I just
that.
did the math. I spread out over the 7 years. That's starting 15 series a year. That's actually not that bad. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely know that some years are a lot worse.
Good. I don't think I've read the books this series.
Okay, if I do like everything included, it's 28 series a year.
Oh.
That makes more sense. Yeah. That sounds about right.
I don't know how many I started this year. I'd have to go back and look, but I'm not going to, so.
Anything that's more than one.
Yeah, I think I consider duologies a series. I count them. I have a lot of duologies on my little list.
You think I would prioritize them so I could just finish the fuckers and feel accomplished? Do I? No, not at all. I'm so excited. A Psalm for the Wild Build is, well, I'm sad because it's only a duology, but I'm excited that it's only a duology.
Oh, good. So it's going to be more, huh?
This month.
That's another one I got to add to my thing. Then. Oh, that's right. I forgot that they're coming out with the second one.
Yeah.
Great. Let me add that to my list.
And then, like, you've got ones that are like The Wicker King by Kay Ankrum. So that's the there's a short story that's The Legend of the Golden Raven, and so that's 1.5. Like, do I count it? Do I not? Like, I've DNF'd it because I just can't be fucked.
I count the so it's only a 1 and a 1.5. It's not a 1 and a 1.5 and a 2. Like, it's
only the 1 and the 1.5.
Because it's like a novella or something like that.
Yeah.
I count those. What I do is I put the in my little thingy. I put that as a companion.
I just put that like 1.5 or whatever number.
Yeah.
I can't really separate.
But I think that would kind of count.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I've got Victorious, which is the third from the Villain series. Like, I'm not up to date because I haven't read Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. But we don't know when that's going to be published, if it's going to be published.
Oh, wait, I didn't know there was. I thought that was only a duology.
No, it's a trilogy. It's supposed to be a trilogy. And so they keep extending things, and it's like, when do I count it? Like, could I say that I've completed the series, even though there is potential word of it? Or do I just have to put it in my incomplete but up to date because it's incomplete but I'm up to date? So yeah, there's a few of those funky ones, and I'm just like, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, that's kind of tricky. Tricky. Did I put more Narnia on here? I don't think I did. Oh no, I'm adding more. Great. Well, yeah, I was wondering about the there's a couple of books that are in a series that are they going to come out with the next one? Like that the Bethel series,
Yep. I'm waiting on that one.
Yeah, she's coming out with another book right now. Or at least yeah, she has another book that's coming out soon. Gosh, what's her name?
So this is Ever After? No.
House of Hunger. Called House of Hunger.
Oh.
And it's like, why are we getting that? It sounds good, but why are we getting that and not our?
I don't want that one. I want Dawn of the Coven.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It says published.
Yeah, they said that it came out in 2021, but no.
Is there a Kindle edition of it? Is that the thing?
No, there's nothing.
So what does that
it's
mean?
just an error. They haven't updated it to reflect it accurately.
Oh, that's confusing. Because that's what I'm waiting for.
Maybe because The Year of the Witching gained a lot of traction, but then had a lot of bad, for a while there it was super popular, and then a lot of people came out and said, actually, this was kind of shit.
Right.
And so I wonder if that has then impacted on the publisher wanting to continue. And so they're like, just do something else in the meantime, and we'll come back to it maybe when people are more interested. But then you have fucking Patrick Rothfuss and George R.R. Martin.
Yeah, exactly. Bring it on. I'm ready for it. I can't wait. Actually, there's other books that I need to read that I haven't read. So what can I say? There's plenty of things to keep me busy. And I don't think I have...
reading with me Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke?
We have to buddy read Night Circus.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I have on my thing possible buddy reads with Paige.
Okay, I'm ready. I haven't actually written any down, so that's good.
You said let's buddy read The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter also.
Yes,
you said
definitely.
And then
that's starting the series.
And so also, I'm going to be needing to read Imaginary Friend, which you said, if you do read that, I'd like to read it with you.
I may have unhauled that.
Oh, good. Then we don't have. Well, I still have to read it. But we don't have to buddy read it. I can take that off as a buddy read. Good. Good, Paige. Good. Wait, when are you planning on reading that beast? Doctor Strange and Mr. Norrell. Oh my gosh.
Sometime
When are you
this
planning
year.
on reading that? This year?
Because it was going to be I originally was going to do it in like February, and then we decided to do The Stand. So then I was like, okay, I'll do one big book, The Stand, in the early month, and then do Norrell in the later.
You and I still need to buddy read Night Circus and Strange
Well,
Case of
yeah.
the Alchemist's Daughter.
Because Night Circus is actually on like my.
Yeah, that was one I recommended, and so did somebody else.
Yeah. Abby and you did. Yeah.
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 So we don't have to do the other one anytime soon. I put like 22, 23, like, it doesn't have to be this year.
For the
Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, that could be next year. Like,
we should
there's
make
no
that
rush.
a BookStara read.
Huh?
We should make it a BookStara lead.
We should actually.
And I think Daniela would actually love it. No, but we already have another one that we were talking about, and we will veto.
Two. We do 2 a year.
Yeah, but what was the other one? I can't remember.
Did we write it down somewhere? That's not good. We should be writing things down.
I'll have to go back and rewatch the Sprint Stats.
Oh, I don't know if I wrote it down anywhere. Yeah, I feel like we did have a when we decided on. What did we decide on? We decided on. It wasn't that serious,
No, I don't think so.
We all said like, oh, that's it, no voting. That's the one we're doing. So we must have all been excited about it, but I don't even know what it is.
The Bromance Book Club.
No, it wasn't a romance.
Shadow and Bone.
No.
Looking Glass Wars.
No.
Because The Princess Diaries.
No, it was fantasy, I'm pretty sure.
Was it? No, because City of Brass was one of the ones that we decided for this year.
No.
Oh, well, as an option for this year.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Wasn't Stalking Jack the... Was it Renegades by Marissa Meyer?
No. When you say it, I'll know it right away.
The Chaos Walking.
No. Anybody else? Is anybody still watching? Anybody else remember?
What did we say? That's all the series on my shelf that, like...
I should have written it down.
I think
you know who will remember? Danielle will remember.
Yeah, she will.
She remembers things. Did we write it down? Maybe we wrote it down. Did we write it down? No.
I didn't write it down.
Like in the discussions? No.
No. Girls of Paper and Fire.
No.
Shadow of the Fox. Was it a Julie Kagawa?
No.
I've read all those.
Was it a male author?
Was it?
I can't remember. Wow, this brain, it doesn't hold on to things. Apparently. But I do like the idea of Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter. Like, that series should be the one we go for sure.
Was it Raymond Feist? No. Okay.
I think it was one that's not done yet. It's not completed yet.
Yeah.
We're like, that's why we decided we weren't going to do that series. But we all were like, who cares? We still really want to read that series.
Oh, dear.
What was it?
Shazza, come back. Help us.
She doesn't remember. You think we have bad memories. Where do you think I get my bad memory from?
We're all just like, this will be great. And then next minute.
6, 7. And I have finished that one, the first one. Yeah, I have no clue. I cannot remember for the life of me.
I'm scrolling. I'm not seeing anything.
In our chat.
No, in my Goodreads.
Mm.
It wasn't Black Leopard Red Wolf, was it?
No.
Good, because I DNF that.
Yeah. I don't have any interest in that one.
The Kiss Quotient? No.
No, it wasn't a romance. I'm pretty sure it was a fantasy of some sort.
Fantasy? Okay. I got nothing.
Yeah, me neither.
It wasn't
It is
Terry
not.
Pratchett.
I feel like it was something that. No. It was more along the lines of like a Sarah J. Maas or something like that. It wasn't Sarah J. Maas, but I feel like it was more along the lines of that kind of fantasy.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, there's enough.
There's definitely like series out there. But
Was it adult or was it YA?
I feel like it was adult. I don't know anymore. Don't take my word for anything.
Well, I know that we were all very excited about it, so it should be something that we should easily be able to go, oh, yeah.
Like I'm looking at all, and I was pretty like excited to read it because I think I owned it.
It's not anything by Addie LaRue, right?
At B. Schwab.
That's what I meant.
Was it A Darker Shade of Magic?
Mm,
No.
I mean, I do want to read that series actually, but I don't think it was.
Same. I've read the first one. I'd have to reread it.
It wasn't Crescent City, was it? No.
No.
I know
Was
it's a series that's not complete. I remember that. So we were like, we don't care.
What?
I'm
No.
scrolling. Now I'm scrolling.
Aragon, Place of Glory, Rowan and Friend.
It wasn't anything by TJ Klune, was it? No.
Nah, maybe. Was it Wolf Song? That's a romance though. Romance fantasy.
Yeah, maybe. That still doesn't, like, hit me in the face, though.
Son of the Storm.
I feel like it'll hit me in the face. I mean, I don't want anything to hit me in the face.
Ian Irving, A Shadow on the Glass, Dune. Sanderson.
I know, I was wondering about that. No, I don't think so. I don't think it.
I don't think so.
Although,
no.
that would help me actually get some Brandon Sanderson completed.
Was it not the Chaos Walking, The Knife of Never Letting Go?
I don't even recognize that, so no. Chaos Walking? What is that?
It's the Patrick Ness.
Oh, I would like to read that, but I don't think so. That wasn't it.
I feel like, because I was like, oh, I'll have to find another Pop Sugar Challenge that has a utensil on the cover. Because there's a knife on it.
Maybe it was...
not if it's going...
I'm not completely positive.
No, it wasn't Dorothy Must Die.
No, because that one didn't win.
I was super excited for it. Wasn't Hobb. Wasn't Tamora Pierce. Have I accidentally read it? No, because we didn't talk about it that long ago.
It was a series that hasn't been... Yeah, so it can't be the TJ Klune one, because it was a series that has not been finished yet. I know that for sure.
Wolf Song has been finished.
I thought it has been.
It might be just a quartet.
Dang it. That's going to drive me nuts now.
Danielle!
I must not want to read it as bad as I thought I wanted to read it. I guess it's not as exciting to me as I thought.
Will it?
Was it sci-fi, maybe? I still like the idea of Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter. Let me write that down so that I don't. Let me actually make a note of this. Strange Case of the Alchemist. I'm still surprised that I didn't write it down because I figured I should write it. Oh, maybe I'll write it on this. Random writing places. Let's see.
It wasn't the Peculiar Children, because I'm.
Yeah.
No, that was the other option for. I wouldn't mind reading that, but it's also completed, and we're pretty sure that this one wasn't.
Right.
I could have sworn because I got all excited that I owned it.
So what do you own?
What? Let me know when you watch the entire TBR video later this week.
I will. I'm gonna watch it and I'll be like, no, City of Brass wasn't it. I mean, I do want to read that series, but that was one that didn't win. It wasn't going to be one of the ones we put on the last year's. It wasn't that. BookStara. Are you thinking about?
No, Raybearer was. Raybearer is female.
Maybe it was YA then, and I was looking at my adult.
Oh, wasn't Malice by John Gwynne? No.
I mean, I want to read that series big time.
Because I own
it was
Shadow of the Gods.
Maybe it was.
That's the only one I can think of that we haven't already mentioned. I don't know if
Danielle was super excited about that one.
No, because it's an undertaking. Why can't we read like Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging?
I have that series.
So do I. I just mean it's so light and easy. Our discussions would not. I mean, not that we don't
it would be.
tangents.
I think part of the problem is the discussions. Not the Raven's cycle, right? No. The Raven Boys, no.
I mean, yeah.
That wasn't it, though, I don't think. Because that one's done. That's another one that's done.
Yeah. I'm just staring at Ash's shelves going, is there anything?
The Bone Season!
Oh, that's it?
The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon.
That's it? And I said I'd have to reread the first one.
Right. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was.
That is what it was. Because the bone along!
The bone...
If you would like to do a Graceling read along, there is one happening on a book fiend named Mel's channel from August through to January of next year. So if you did want to read that, she's got you covered on that. I don't own it, and my library has the second and the fourth books. So yeah. I could request in for them to get it, but I can't be fucked. The Bone Along, take 2. That's what it was. Oh.
That was the most painful thing ever.
But I feel so satisfied.
Yes, there is a lot of gratification now. I feel like, yep. That's what it was. That's what it was. And we were all like so excited that we were like, we're not even gonna vote on it. We're just gonna put it.
And because it's not completed, we were like, oh no, but oh well, who cares?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that was it. And I'm voting for Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter for the other one.
Well, what's the
We're just continuing to do YA fantasies, aren't we?
I ain't mad about that.
I mean, I'm okay with it too. Although, we're doing an adult fantasy
series.
right now. We're doing All Souls.
What?
Oh.
What?
What? What happened?
Bone Season 5 isn't expected to come out till 2024. And then the next one, 2026, is not going to be completed till 2028. She's releasing them every 2 years.
Why is that?
Because she's
Unacceptable.
doing other stuff.
That is
I'm
unacceptable.
so sad.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I've read the novella and book 1, and I own book 2. So.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I really want to read that series. So bad.
So. We go February to November, don't we? Or is that the Literally Dead book club?
No, we went.
February to December?
No, we don't do December.
We don't do. So.
I mean,
Where's it?
I think we skipped January because we were all
We was deciding what.
right. And we don't do December because that's usually when we're doing our Christmassy stuff. So,
Yeah.
or, like daily vlogging or what have you. But see, I said let's not do December because I need a break. Because I need to be able to do my 12 Days of Christmas Carol.
Yeah, so February to November.
Okay. Oh, there's only 3 books in the Strange Case of the Alchemist Daughter series.
Yes.
Oh well. That'd be March, May, July. There's a lot more in the Bone season, so we could.
Yeah, so Bone Season, Alchemist, and then Mime.
Although I'm very interested in reading John Gwyn's series. But that would be a lot in a month too, when I already am so terrible at reading books in general.
Well, the irony is we only go up to August because there's
with those 2?
Only 4 main Bone Season books, and then you have 2 novellas, but I wouldn't bother doing a month on them. Like, it'd be better to read it. So then we could fit in another trilogy.
That's true.
But it would be back to back to back.
Right. It wouldn't be for as long, though.
No, it'd only be the 3 months.
Right.
And maybe, we could do the David trilogy.
I want to do that series. I know a lot of the people that want to still do that series.
And because that was one that was for last year that just didn't get it.
March, April, May, July, August. 7 books. And yeah, you're right. That was one that I don't mind.
Or we could do a vote on the thing being like any trilogies.
Right.
That
might be fair, right? To give everybody else a choice.
For the last 3 months of the year.
Yeah.
Because, the book 5's not due out to the year after anyway. Maybe it would be better to do for the first 3 months of the year, do a trilogy.
And then wait to the Bone Season until it's closer to the end of the year.
Do like the Bone Season at So it's November that we read the last Bone Season. And then February, March, and April tackle a trilogy. Either tackle the Alchemist Daughter and then switch in alternatings.
That's a good point too. Either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would have zero hesitation binge reading the Alchemist series.
You mean 3 in a row? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think they're just going to be so fun and quick.
I think so too. I think they're going to be a lot of fun too. I'm excited about that series.
There's the Shadow of the Fox trilogy, Girls of Paper and Fire. It's a trilogy. Laini Taylor's Eve Brown.
The Daughter of Smoke and Bone.
Daughter of
Is that a trilogy?
Bone. Yeah. There's a companion. But
okay. We have a lot of options that we could put up for a vote.
The Library of the Unwritten.
I do want to read that. Is that a trilogy?
Yeah.
Is it all out?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I didn't think that was all out.
Yeah, it hurt me deeply.
But you've only read one?
I've read all of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, don't you want to read something new?
I mean, it gives me an excuse to reread something that I don't normally do, and it'd be nice having, being able to discuss. Yeah. So I would have been mad if it was picked.
Wait, let me
Because if I
write.
can
Let me
push it
writing these down
into as
while
many
you're saying.
hands as possible, that would be great.
I should be writing these down while you're saying them. Okay. You said Library of the Unwritten.
Mm-hmm.
You
You've
said Daughter of
done.
Book and Bone.
I've read those as well, but would happily reread them. They're very much like
Oh.
City
Girls
of
of Paper and Fire.
Yeah.
Huh? City of. Oh, yeah.
Shadow of the Fox, I think, is a trilogy by Julie Kagawa.
Shadow of the Fox.
Yeah.
What else?
Shadow and Bone.
I mean, I have that series. I need to read it. I'm gonna put it down just because.
Yeah, go for it. The Looking Glass Waltz by Frank Better. It's an Alice in Wonderland retelling, and I love it. I've only read the first one though, and it's a trilogy. But that might be a little bit harder for people to get access to.
What's that one called again? Sorry.
The Looking Glass Wars.
Wars. By
Frank Better. The Conjuring, Darker Shade of Magic.
I do want to read that one.
Yeah.
Magic. The Looking Glass Wars. We'll have a lot to vote on. Oh, David Bods. We can put that one back up again.
Yeah.
Did you read that yet? No, you haven't.
I've read the first one.
Okay.
Have you read the Inkheart series?
Mm-mm. But I know Danielle hates that series, so I sure hates the first
never
one.
mind. Never mind.
The
Puppy War? No, I have to read that this year.
Oh.
There are all the trilogies I can see on my shelf. That gives a few more options.
That's a lot of options.
And that's all that I was just like looking at, Oh, the Gilded Wolves series by Roshani Troshki. That's also a trilogy, I think.
Yeah, that's plenty of options.
So we'll do 3 series. Look at us every year. We just add on the amount of series.
Another series. Yeah, that's reasonable. Very reasonable.
Well, I think doing 2 trilogies and then one with a 4 is like good. Or doing a 6-book and a 4, like that's fine.
As long as it's 1 book a month, we're not overdoing that element. I think it works out well. And this way it gives people who are not interested in some of these series, a chance to join in if, like they're not interested in reading the first set of books, but they're interested in reading the next set of books. Then it gives them more opportunities to join in throughout the year.
And it's nice that we've now set up like the side quests as well.
Yeah. Has anybody been using them?
I haven't checked. I don't
know if anybody's had a chance to read. I will be using it for the clockwork stuff.
Yeah. The 5th season's in the Inheritance game.
Yeah.
I think there's been discussion on when to do it.
Oh, there's discussion on the Inheritance games.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
And so there will be discussion.
Yeah.
Cool.
And like,
Cool.
I'm happy to add in other ones that just pop up, you know. If you and I decide to read whatever, the Night Circus, we can shove it in. I'm sure people will join for that.
Exactly. Because we definitely need to read that. I don't know when, though. That's another one where I'm like, but when, Paige? When are we going to be able to read that?
I'm happy whenever, like, it's well, I'm happy anytime this year because it's for the challenge, so I sort of need to.
Yeah, me too.
But we just like, would November work, or is that too stressful with school? Or
I think November would actually be good because I was supposed to buddy read Braiding Sweetgrass in November, but I'm not buddy reading it in November now. So it might actually be good in November because it would replace that other buddy read that I was supposed to do then.
yeah, only if like it's not too stressful for you.
I can make it work.
And like
for
the
you,
thing
Paige?
is, Danielle's out after September. Like
Right.
that
She's not
time's
reading.
covered. Then it's October, November. That's just us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because well, and these books are so fast to read though. Like these aren't a burden on me at all.
they're not stressful. Let me write down that I'm doing Night Circus, so then I don't accidentally put it on my TBR for an earlier month. Because we're getting to crunch time with. I'm going to do my goals check-in sometime this month as well.
That's good of you. I know. I thought about that. I'm like, I really need to do a check-in for my goals. Put that on my list of things. I keep forgetting to at least write it down as a possibility of things I'll work on. Because yeah, I'm trying not to overburden myself. Because I kind of got into a booktube slump, like not like watching booktube, but like filming slump.
Creating, yeah. I mean, I have all these ideas, and I don't know how to make it work, so then I just don't. So I just stick with my TBR, my wrap up, my haul, my readathon announcements, and then filler content.
Mm-hmm.
I love your Sunday sum ups. I get very excited.
I haven't even started editing yet.
That's okay. You don't have to do it. Like,
I'm gonna do it after this. That's my plan for the evening. So, and I love Sunday sum up. I love my Sunday, but it's just because I've gone for 2 weeks and I haven't done it, and I've had a lot of stuff happen in the meantime. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do with all this content? Because I got a ton of B-roll, and so I'm like, it's just more in my brain, and I started a readathon, that 48-hour Star Hop readathon that we totally failed. Like, we started it though, we got a lot of footage of starting it. So I'm like,
I'm not even posting a vlog for last month because I couldn't wrap up the end of it, and I read like 5 books in that time, and so I was like, I can't talk about any of them. I can't be fucked editing it. I can't be fucked and I haven't filmed this month because I haven't been able to talk.
Right.
So I'm just like, fuck it. I just won't.
Give yourself a break. Yeah, and that's what I feel like I've been doing is kind of like last couple of weeks I haven't been too worrying about it too much because I know that like if I try to force myself to do it, it's not going to feel as good anyways, and I don't want to get to a point where I resent it. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be my hobby, the things that I do too.
That's why I'm like, I'm nervous about today because it's a massive undertaking, but I'm so excited to do it because I love the final result and each snippet, because it is only a 2-second clip for every single book, so it doesn't end up the long term just filming it, taking it all off my shelves, but I'm excited to have it out, and then I have more interaction possibilities because it's like, go comment on my entire TBR what I should read, and then I can pick that out during Cluedo and like all of that stuff. I think my burnout's been I've restricted my TBRs too much, and so I've just been like since my sister picked my TBR, I've been
I can tell that was a bit rough on you.
That was rough, and then everything with my granddad, like emotionally that was just fucked.
That was very.
But last month's TBR, I put everything that I was excited to read on it because I was just like, I need these books. I don't care how hard I'm stretching this right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes you have to do that. And it's hard because we want to play our games, but at the same
Because
time,
they're
it gets really,
fun.
yeah, it is, but it gets really overwhelming when sometimes, like this last month was hard for me to play my game. And that's why I kind of said, like, this is my caveat though, guys. I may not stick to this because I really needed that, like, emotional break from it.
Yeah,
And I'm still gonna stick to it as much as I can, but like I already mood read, but birthday girl, like, and I didn't
that's
feel
fine.
guilty about it at all. I was like, I'm not gonna let myself feel bad about this.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do.
I'm also not doing any readathons this month.
I'm doing one, but it's a small one, so it's 4 days, so it's done. But last month I
Amy.
got so, huh?
Amy.
I got so burnt out last month on and it's series, so like it's not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm already reading a ton of series this month anyways, so it's not. I'll be able to fit stuff that I'm already reading in it. But yeah, last month I got burnt out on the readathons. The last week I was like, I just don't care anymore. I was so close to having a blackout. This would have gotten me my blackout. I was like,
Well,
oh well.
just when you read it, then you've completed the readathon.
Yeah, that's right.
No stress.
That's like me and Magical Aurelium. What do I still have for that? I still have stuff for Magical Aurelium.
I am so excited for next month, though.
I'm ready for the announcement video, though. I like having them in advance. Like, come on, G. I need to know in advance.
I think she might push it back just based off her Instagram stories. Her health has really spiraled.
Is it okay? Then
yeah,
I mean, and that's always been a possibility, right? She would push it back anyways.
Yeah, she really tries not to. Is it August for Magical Readathon? Yeah,
what?
It's April and August. It's usually in.
Yeah, I mean, and I totally understand if she pushes it back. I just like say then push it back.
Yeah, it's like have the announcement video or let us know.
Yeah. I'm okay with that either way.
But I'm like, I'm ready for it, and I'm like, I have a new board for Cluedo, so should I, because I'll have finished once I finish thingy. Technically, I still might fail because there's one card that I haven't exposed, but I'm still just going to take the guess and pray that I get it right.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't come up with it if I fail the actual board because I don't really have a reward for finishing aside from a sense of
if you fail, oh well.
Yeah. I don't mind. I would like to guess it right. Did I tell you we were playing with
I don't think you're gonna fail though. Can you fail? Because you're doing so well.
Because if I guess, I've got one card that I haven't revealed, and I'm still gonna take the guess.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, there is a 50-50 chance of it being right or not.
Okay,
I don't know.
You were gonna say something. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's okay. We're playing Cluedo. I think it was with my sister, her partner Ash, and myself, and it took me forever to get into a room, and the first thing I got in there, I guessed it. I got it. I won.
What?
Yeah. Like, it was round 3.
That's fantastic.
And I guessed it, and I got it right. I was like, what the fuck? This is miraculous. It's a good feeling. It's a good day.
Yay! That's fantastic. Congratulations.
But yeah, I'm like,
that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Oh. All right.
I don't know what I'm doing for my intimidating read because I am not going to get to Les Mis or Little Door in time for so.
A Psalm for the Wild built because when you started it, you was in a bad spot and you're worried that it might not be perfect, so you're intimidated by your previous mental
Actually,
state.
that's what I should do for Winter's Orbit, to be honest. Because this is one that, like, Mom, she's read it like 3 times. It's like one of her favorite books. My friend Shell, it's like her favorite book. Like, I was very intimidated by this one because everybody loves it so much, and I'm like, ugh. And I'm enjoying it, but I'm not loving it as much as, so I'm like, ugh. But I also don't know if that's because I was just in such I was in a rotten mood when I was reading this. So it is intimidating. It's intimidating. Yes. Oh my gosh, Paige, you're a hero. I'm writing that down.
I do what I
But
can.
I haven't, we bought this book a while ago and I haven't picked it up even though I've been wanting to read it, but I'm also kind of scared to read it. I was kind of scared to read it because I was like, I'm afraid I'm not going to love it as much as they do and everybody loves it so much. Yeah, yeah. You haven't read it yet?
Haven't read it. No.
Yeah, because it's too
Not
much
yet.
pressure.
Body, limbs, stuck out. Oh,
What?
my oxygen.
Is your oxygen gone?
Yeah, I just need myself in the fucking ribs.
Oh, careful. That's not, I didn't do that one for that one. I did.
I love that we're just like, this is still live.
I know, I just realized that. Are people still watching?
There's 3 people. Yeah, I think just chilling, having us in the
Because-
background.
Yeah, just while we ramble on.
Yeah, because for anyone that
We've
is
actually been
watching,
doing,
this is
like,
what we
planning
normally do once we
afterwards.
end the live.
Oh yeah, we always threatened that we would leave it on our, like, this is the after show.
Yeah,
And this is basically what we do in our after show when it's not live
100%.
anymore. You're right.
We have therapy sessions. We plan out future reads. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly right. This is
and
exactly
scratch
what we
our
do.
butts.
Oh, I haven't done that one yet. Let me get to it.
Was it after the live where I did the leg licking? Like,
Oh yeah, that was
yeah,
fantastic.
that was hilarious.
That was what we said we need to leave the after show up.
Actually, yeah. That was so funny.
This one's not nearly as exciting because Paige hasn't done any leg licking, but we did do therapy, so we got something there. And we
We get you
planned a
covered.
whole bunch. We've already planned a whole
You
bunch.
got a sneak peek into the future of BookStara, minus
Yeah.
Danielle's contribution.
Well,
Whoopsies.
Danielle, I know, was super excited about Bone Season.
She's
And I think
keen for
she
that
would
one.
be excited about The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter. I think she would enjoy that one too.
Yeah.
So, I think
I'm
we're
happy
doing
to
good.
have an excuse to buy the last 2.
Hmm?
I'm happy to have an excuse to buy the last 2.
I think you bought me the one that I have. Yeah.
I bought it for you for your birthday,
So
and
you
then
could
I
buy
went to
it for
Melbourne
you.
for my birthday, and I was like, I'm gonna buy this, so we buddy read it.
Yep.
Yeah, it
That's-
was a time. My friend was obsessed with this, like, I think it was the Sookie Stackhouse series, and she was explaining how, like, one of the love interests hold this girl's leg when she's damaged and it's bleeding, and so he's a vampire and he, like, licks it, and I was just envisaging him sitting there like, huh?
Yeah, isn't that what everybody envisages?
Envisages.
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 I can't even say it now.
Envisage.
Thank you.
Envisages.
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 Envisages. Wow, how did that happen? I'm usually pretty good with words.
Have you seen the video where I stumble over? It was for Not Safe for Workathon for the prompt of Trichomania, with a book that you can't pronounce, a word that you can't pronounce in the title, or 5 to 7 words.
I don't think
And so I did a video of words that I can't pronounce.
Did you really?
Uh-huh.
Wait, a video of where is this? Is this an older one? It has to be an older one.
Yeah. It would have been late last year. Because it was for the Pokemon round of Not Safe for Workathon. Let me
How
see.
did I miss this?
And it's like me trying to say specific and it not going well. I still can't say that one as well. There's March 2021.
March
I sent it. There you go.
Oh, you did? Where'd you
Yeah.
send it? Oh, there it is. There
Instagram.
It
Yeah. So, like, specific, and what else was there? And so then I'd read out, like, the specificity. And I found books with those words in the title, and then try to pronounce it as well. One's Massachusetts.
Envisage. I got it. Okay,
You
sorry.
got it. It's back.
I know the word. It was just because we were saying so many different things. Like my brain.
Yeah.
Sorry. One's Massachusetts.
Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi. M-I-S-S-I-P-P-I.
Oh wait, no, it is Massachusetts, but I can't say
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
There you go. You said it right that time.
I
The
had
first time you said it the wrong way, though.
Oh, well, usually I just say a massive two shits.
Ew. That's pretty big.
Is that not right though?
A massive two shits.
Yeah.
That's right. Massachusetts. I am not good at saying rural.
Rural. I live in a rural area.
Yeah, but mine doesn't. It's hard to get those two rural. That's like one where I have to say it over and over again when I'm like talking about. Oh, it's got a rural. The other one I'm not good at saying is horror. It always sounds like I'm saying horror.
Horror.
Well, I say horror.
Horror.
I don't have
like the genre.
An Aussie accent.
Yeah, you sound like when you were saying rural. It's so funny because I'm so used to hearing it from like Aussie bogans, and it's like, oh wow, you really are American.
Yeah, I say horror like with the American inflection, and it sounds like I say horror. So every time I say horror, I have to go horror.
Horror.
Yeah, Yeah, I should just say horror.
Horror.
It sounds really. It sounds weird coming from me though. Hurrah!
There you go.
I'm trying to think of other words that I know there's words that come really hard for me, but
when Ash and I first started dating, we talked about Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what it was, so I thought it was Chalala.
That's what it looks like.
He got a kick out of that one.
That's cute.
Specificity is the one that's hard.
I don't have a problem with that.
A philanthropic is one that
philanthropic.
I don't like.
I think double R words are hard for me.
And yeah, there's one word that I can't even pronounce, so I'm not even going to try because nope.
What is it? Spell it out.
It's phenomenal.
Oh, phenomenal.
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 I can't do it. I can't. No. Yeah. Like it's ingrained wrong in here.
Yeah. It's not gonna envisage versus envision is likely a British Australian versus US preference. So we prefer envision. Yeah, I can see that.
Envisage. I prefer envisage.
Yeah, I think envision is what we would say typically. Yeah.
I envision this thing happening, or I envisage this happening.
We would say I envision this thing happening. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid.
No. I think that might be actually just a
Aussie American thing.
I mean, like, I know the word envisage, but that's not a word that I would use very often. I would probably rarely use it. I would say envision something.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I'll ask Ash when he's home what he would.
Yeah, I'd be curious. Well, that's like saying up the street versus up your, like, it's up right up my alley versus right up my street. Like, we would never say right up my street here in the U.S.
I say.
Right. No, and I do have. It's more.
I say alley.
I'm talking about like when I watch a lot of the UK.
Yeah.
They say some of them will say up my alley, but most of them say up my street.
And that just doesn't sound right. Like that sounds like the wrong description.
Right. Yeah. And it doesn't roll off the tongue as easily as right up my alley, you know?
No.
Like, yeah.
Right up my street sounds harsh.
Yeah, it does.
Whereas alley is the role.
Do you know what flip a bitch means?
For the what?
Flip a bitch.
Flip a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That's very specific to a part of the U.S., actually.
no, I can only think in a sexual context of flipping them over while in missionary to doggy.
I mean, that's the concept. What happens when you flip something over?
It goes over.
You make a U-turn.
A U-turn.
Yeah.
So
You know,
when you're driving, if you're saying do a U-turn,
say flip a bitch.
you say
Because your car is a female. You know, a lot of people like to name their cars after.
mine is called Frank.
It's a West Coast thing. Like, I know people from the East Coast who've never heard that slang before. It's probably really inappropriate. I mean, obviously it's really inappropriate, but like, it's a West Coast thing.
So you use it in the context of driving to do a U-turn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is no. If anything, I think you're gonna roll your car.
No, it's a U-turn.
No, I'm thinking bloop, bloop, bloop.
I'm just curious if you'd ever heard that term before.
Not in a driving context, no. In other contexts, sort of. Never had it used on me or by me, but semantic cues I could figure out. But like, do you say do a U-turn?
No, we say flip a bitch or make a U-turn. I mean, I've heard the term, do a U-turn. Like, that's not something I haven't heard. It's just not something I would say.
So yeah.
Like, make a U-turn here, or if I'm with people who are from this side of the U.S., then I would probably say, all right, flip a bitch.
That's funny. I like that.
So.
I think Ash is referencing right up my street or right up my alley.
Right up my alley. Okay.
I think. You have to roll your R's.
For rural? Rural?
Rural.
Rural. Rural. That's not right, Magda. Rural. That's not how I say it. It's not how I'm going to start saying it either. Rural.
That's funny. I like that one.
Rural. Oh, horror. 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 That's right. I have a really hard time with double R sounds, like double R words. Any word that has two R's in it, I have a really hard time with.
Double R words. Let's have a look. Correspondence?
Correspondence, no.
Wait.
No. I mean, like, with a vowel between it.
Yeah.
Between the
double R words with a vowel between. I just want to see you try out the words.
You're a jerk. My favorite jerk ever. Yeah.
I do what I can. Words with sounds like horror. Explorer?
Explorer. That is harder. Explorer. 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 No, it still doesn't sound good though. It sounds terrible. That's like not a beautiful sound out of my mouth. Any
mirror?
Sound. Huh? Mirror.
Mirror.
Mirror's easier.
It sounds like you're putting an ER instead of an OR for an Aussie.
Oh. Mirror.
Right. Rather than or.
Mirror.
Mirror. Oh no, that does sound like an ER to me.
To me, you sounds like you're saying mirror, like almost like AH. Mirror.
Yeah, but that's Aussie. That's the Aussie accent for you.
Yeah. So if I did it with the O sound, it would be mirror.
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 Potato.
Potato.
Terror.
It's a hard sound. I sound like a pirate. Stirrer. Oh, that's a hard one. Stirrer.
Swearer.
That's not as hard.
That sounds funny. I like that. That's me.
Swearer.
Swear.
You're a swearer.
Error.
Error.
No, that you're
That's not
fine
as
with
hard.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's fun.
Weird.
Hey,
Weird how some of them are harder than others.
how do you say?
Horror and rural was the hardest.
Yeah, you guys say water funny, don't you?
Water.
Water.
No, we have our sound. We like water, like that. We don't. Yeah, you're
But
right.
it's
We
like
have that
what?
hard R sound. Oh,
You guys say what?
water. Yeah. Would you say?
Water.
Oh, because our T is harder.
Yeah.
I'm saying like water. You say water.
Yeah.
Water. 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 Water.
It's so good.
I don't want to embarrass myself.
No, that was brilliant.
But yeah, we do say our T's a lot harder, don't we?
And
Harder.
daughter.
Daughter. Her. Yeah. Daughter.
Yeah. Hey, you did good. You did good. Like, I don't even speak proper English, Aussie English. I just speak page. Attempting to English.
Yeah. Well, I mean, don't we all? We
How
have
do you
our own
mortar? Like
Huh?
mortar and pestle.
mortar and pestle.
Yeah. Cool. I'm just having fun. I like accents.
But I wouldn't say pestle, because I've heard people say mortar and pestle, like without the hard T. I would say mortar and pestle, like
I could be saying that wrong. I will ask.
I've heard people say mortar and pestle though, and kind of leave the T out of there.
Words are fun.
I don't think I have any individual buddy reads in August.
Flavor.
That's actually good. Huh?
Flavor.
Chuck-a-yui is more of an Australian phrase. So chuck-a-yui
is do-a-you-cha.
You said do-a-yui, right?
Yeah.
You say chuck-a-yui? Or do you say do-a-yui?
Yeah. I say do-a-yui, but most Aussies will say chuck-a-yui.
Chuck-a-yui, okay.
Yeah. Because I can English. Someone asked me on the anonymous.
Anonymous?
Apparently,
Is
there's
that one of the ones you have a hard time with? Anonymous?
Apparently, anonymous. Not normally. I don't normally struggle with it. But a question and answer thing, and someone was like, "What languages can you speak?" And I said, "I can say or what other languages? I can say a sentence in French. I can say a couple of words in Simlish. I can barely speak English, but I'm very fluent in sarcasm."
Wait, what is Simlish? I don't know Simlish.
The Sims.
Oh!
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know anything in Simlish.
Doug.
Sorry, kid. I like that. That's accurate.
Hoobanubi.
Hoobanubi? Oh.
What's up?
What does that mean? Hoobanubi.
What Hoobanubi is what's up.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking me what's up.
Nubu is a baby.
Nubu.
Nubu. Susu is hello, and Doug is goodbye. Ubiga is very good.
Ubiga.
And then Burpanerbs is broken glass.
Burpanerb?
Chumchar is pizza.
Yum. I love that. What?
Is fun in Simlish is bum. Bum is fun.
It is fun. Apparently. That's
there
cute.
Are over 30 different R sounds in English. That
really?
Me, the motherfuckers. Also remember that there's British R's and Aussie R's.
I know, no, I was just trying to think of all the different ways you could say an R.
Too many. Yeah, well, and affected by its placement.
Yeah, ring. teacher. Frog.
Yeah.
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 Trying to think
What's
of
the I before E except after C?
Well, and then like I think of like I don't know if this is true for Aussie, but like in UK they'll say like idea, but they'll say idea.
Idea. I have an idea.
No, yeah. So you say idea, but I've heard people some people with different British accents say idea and add an R at the end of idea, but like idea.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's certain words. There's no actual R on the end of it, but they'll say the word with an R at the end.
Yeah.
Like I have an idea. I'm like, where did that R come from then? Like in that, like how did that pronunciation become a thing?
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by that kind of stuff, though. I really find it interesting.
I like the I before E, except when your foreign neighbor Keith receives 8 counterfeit beige sleighs from feisty caffeinated weightlifters. Weird.
That's true. I do love that. That's so cute and accurate. Well, because I've had to take a couple of linguistics courses because of learning, to teach literacy and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of English that's throwback to just different historical events and stuff, like not actually. And I think that's fascinating, but it also makes it a very hard language for people to learn.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason behind it sometimes.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I might end the live and bounce off so I can go film my entire TBR before I completely lose my voice again. Did you notice the difference T made though?
Yes, it made a big difference. Yeah. Did that feel better too?
Yeah.
Good.
I feel okay. I'm just tired.
Well, I have Narnia to read and I have a Sunday sum up to make. So.
You can't edit while you're live, can you? Your computer doesn't like it. Or can you?
I don't think my computer would enjoy it that much.
Because I was going to say, if you want productivity sprints later, give me a holler.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it'll let me, but I'll let you know.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining us. Sorry that we went off on a tangent for an hour and a half to 2 hours after the actual discussion. But you love us. Welcome to the after show. Yeah. But we'll hopefully see you.
Oh, we have reading sprints next week for Book of Life or whatever you want to bring on Danielle's channel. So next Friday.
Danielle, she's linked down below.
Saturday. Yeah. So, yeah, that's right. And we'll put it in the Discord, so all the information will be there.
Excellent.
That's the 15th, 16th is when we'll have our next reading sprints.
Whip, whip, whip. Well, hopefully it will be just as chaotic.
Yay! Thank you so much, Paige, for hosting.
Thank you for having me. Alrighty. Bye.